Hello. So it is the 11th of July and I just wanted to do an update on HRCYED. So I have read 4 books so far. Yeah, that's correct. I'm gonna just show you what I've read. So first of all, I read this comics anthology. It's kind of like a memoir comic anthology of trans and non-binary comics. It's called The Outside. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars. No, I gave it 4.5 stars. I read a lot of comics. It's like one of my main things I like to read. Like graphic memoir, I would say, is my favorite like comics genre, like diary comics or graphic memoir. And this is basically an anthology of people's personal experiences. There's loads of contributors and there's loads of art styles, and just all around I just thought it was really great. I don't think anything in particular stood out to me, but I really enjoyed it. Oh, I did like this one by Tara Avery, which is like kind of retro and just really colourful. Really a big fan of that. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Like, oh, I love these pictures. Yeah, but like genuinely I thought they were all really good and I enjoyed them. I think I just find a lot of value in people's personal stories. I am a big fan, so that was easy, and I got that from the library. I don't think it's got a shelf mark, but yep, I got it from the library. I need to take it back now. I love to take books back that I've actually read. Then I read Last Summer at Camp Righteous, which is by Ollie Hicks. It is a standalone graphic novel set at a Christian festival / camp, and oh no, turns out some of them are gay. So loved the art style in here as well. This is actually a gift. I bought it as a gift, but I had a cheeky read of it first. But I love the bright colours. I just really enjoyed. It gets a bit wacky, but it's not like fantasy or anything. It is realistic, but it just gets a bit weird. And I kind of just wish it was a bit longer, or went into more depth about things. But I still loved it. Like, it's super fun. And I've decided to use this one for the standalone because I couldn't really think of a better use for it. It was like under 100 pages, so I couldn't use it for the 100 pages challenge. And there wasn't like one overall colour that was going on, and there wasn't like one specific LGBTQ theme going on, and I've got so many books in those categories anyway that I'm not really concerned about that, so I figured I'd put it in standalone. Then I read a book called Unplug. I think it was called Unplug. Let me just double check. Unplug, How to Break Up with Your Phone and Reclaim Your Life by Richard Simon. I read it, I got it off NetGalley, so that is a big win because I've actually read something off NetGalley. It's funny because I love books about like digital detox or like trying to stay grounded, improve your mental health and not use your devices too much. Like, I would probably read like anything in that category, but this one wasn't for me. It felt like there wasn't the original material in it was like his interviews with people who had like either got rid of their phone altogether or gone down to using a dumb phone or whatever we want to call it, like a simple phone. And the rest of it felt like stuff I'd read before or just like themes that I was already really aware of, but that's probably because I just read a lot of stuff in this category when given the opportunity. because I just find it really interesting and inspiring, and you know, who wouldn't love to just not have to have a phone. The interviews he did were okay. They were okay, because it just really depended on the person's experience as to how interesting it was. And a lot of them were like, a man decides to not have a phone anymore because of his like work, you know, he wants to be focused and like distracted, like not distracted, but then he ends up giving his wife the admin of having the phone. Like, there was a lot of things where it's like, oh yeah, so like my kids are in like a softball league and my wife's in the WhatsApp group for that. Great, cool. Must be nice to just offload that emotional / unpaid labor to your spouse and be like, oh yeah, I'm a maverick because I don't have a phone. Yeah, it just felt very like interesting how many of you still benefit from devices and tech. You've just sort of got someone else to do it for you. I'm not inspired by that. There was some other examples that were a little bit more interesting. Just in general, it wasn't very interesting to me. I am putting it under the white cover category for the Even Bigger Rainbow, because it's mostly white. I will really try and put a picture of it there, but I don't know if I've got the capacity to work that out today. But I want to get this video out. What else happened? Oh, so I listened to the audiobook of Rodham by Curtis Sittenfeld. I did get it from the library actually, and I ended up reading a bit of it in the physical book. So this is what I'm talking about. But mostly I listened to the audiobook, which I listened to on a really subsidised subscription app thing called Listening Books, which is based in the UK, and it's suited for people with disabilities and need like more affordable access to audiobooks. I don't know what to think about this book. It's really hard because I love Curtis Sittenfeld. I've read almost every single one of her books. There's only one I haven't read, and it is literally upstairs because I got it from the library. I would read anything she published. I think she's a fantastic writer. I love the themes in her books. She wrote like a fictionalized version of Laura Bush's life, and as someone who wouldn't probably vote Republican, I was still really into it. Maybe because it was easier for her to be creative with it, potentially, because she is also someone who probably wouldn't vote Republican. Yeah, that was called American Wife. Prep by Curtis Sittenfeld is like legitimately one of my all-time favorite books. Like, it's like a desert island book for me. Although I haven't read it for a while, but I have reread it a couple of times and I do always enjoy it. I just think she's really great at writing like if I was really gonna describe it in a very specific niche way, I would say she's really good at writing like introverted female characters who think too much and obsess too much about boys and men, and I definitely used to relate to that more than I probably do now. So maybe it's more about me as well, because this one I was just like, I cannot relate to being attracted to Bill Clinton. Like, it's a fictionalized version of Hillary Clinton's life, so that's why it's like Rodham. In this version, she doesn't marry Bill Clinton. She focuses on her career. It intersects with reality, so it's like it is like an alternate universe of Hillary Clinton's life, which intersects with canon things that really did happen. So like it mentions things like Donald Trump and Obama and other candidates and political figures, but it is fictionalized. I think that she could have gone harder. But Hillary Clinton is alive, and Curtis Sittenfeld probably voted for Hillary in the election where she went against Donald Trump? Question mark? Lost my mind. I mean, who hasn't at this point in politics? Yeah, maybe it wasn't even him. I can't. I'm sorry. Please tell me what happened. Yeah. I think maybe Curtis Sittenfeld respects Hillary Clinton too much to go harder. It kind of at times felt like not enough character building, not enough description of things, or not enough like internal worlds, because it was trying to be realistic, and it just felt sometimes like a list of things that happened. But I still really respect the ability to try, like, I enjoyed the writing. I think I gave it 3.5. It really picked up at the end. I think I was kind of 75% through. No, in the first half I was just like, maybe I just can't finish this. But it really did pick up. And I really liked the way it played out. She's written to be a complex character. I didn't come away from it thinking, God, I really love her and think she's great and right about all the things she's done, which, is probably like real. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it as much as the other books by this author, which is why I've rated it at 3.5. Yeah, I feel like I'm glad I've read it now, but I would never probably reread it. And I'm not saying it's a bad book. I think if you're interested in what I'm talking about, if you're interested in like feminism and careers and trying to like have ambition in decades of the past where that just felt completely impossible as a woman, it is interesting. It didn't make me like Bill Clinton. She's still married to him in real life. Yeah, but it's also fictionalized, but it is like based on, actual real life and things that did actually happen. So yeah, I've talked quite a lot about that. I didn't think I was going to do any in-depth reviews, but that is how I feel about that book. A bit confused, but I did overall enjoy it, but also didn't love it. Yeah, that's complicated. I also went to the other things that have like stopped me from making more progress are, I went to Glasgow Zine Fest, so I've read a lot of zines that I got at the Zine Fest. They don't count for this, which is kind of a shame. I think zines could be included in a future HRCYED. I would love it if zines were included, because they're fucking great and they're just as good as fan fiction, which definitely counts in HRCYED. Anyway, so I've read a lot of zines, and then I got a fanfic recommendation from my friend and ended up falling down that hole, which I feel like was a novella length amount of fan fiction I read, but I'm not going to include it because it's not the way I'm doing this. But when I was in Glasgow, I went to Category Is Books, which is an independent queer owned bookshop. And it's, a gay bookshop. The books in there are queer. Basically, the vibe is we sell queer books. They have an amazing secondhand section. This is where I got this book, actually. The last summer at Camp Righteous. But I bought it new, but it's for a gift. I'm not buying myself new books if I can get away with it. That is a lie, though, because I did buy one for the July release, which I will probably update in the next video about, because I have started it now, but I need to finish it. And I kind of don't want to be like, I'm halfway through this. I'd like to be able to say, I've read these. This is what I've read since the last video. But I did buy some books, so I will talk about that. They were all secondhand. The secondhand section in Category Is Books is fantastic. Last time I was there, which I think was like maybe 2 years ago, I bought like 2 or 3 secondhand books as well. They have loads of like super retro queer books as well, and I love that kind of thing. I've been on a real kick of reading like queer books from like the 70s, 80s, etc. They're not always great, but I have a nice time. I bought In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. I've read it already. Like, I didn't read it I've read it like a couple of years ago. I just really wanted to own this book. This is a book I've been wanting to own for a while. I just want a copy on my shelf. So this isn't going to be a HRCYED book, but I would just be accountable about what I've bought. I would like to be accountable about things I buy. But yeah, I have read this before. I love it. It is intense, and it's a non-fiction memoir about being in a relationship with I feel like it's kind of emotional abuse and maybe a bit of physical abuse as well. So there's that. It was £3 secondhand. I'm really pleased because I was actually looking for it on like Vinted and eBay, and this is cheaper than both of those, and I was able to just pick it up from a physical shop. Then I bought 2 books which I haven't read, so they will be going on HRCYED. So first of all, I bought a super retro book. It's called Spring Forward, Fall Back by Sheila Ortiz Taylor. The cover's iconic. It's like gold and green. I love it. I love this. The vibe, the font. Obsessed. I love it. It's about 2 women separated by 26 miles of ocean whose lives are passing through distinct crises. They're both lesbians. I'm here for it. Look at this press logo. I love it. And it was published in 1985, I think. Yeah. I'm obsessed. I love this. The author bio is so wholesome. The author bio says, by the age of 11, she decided to become a novelist, and she has had children, and she had a divorce from the parent, I guess, of them, and apparently she lives a quiet, rustic life in the country, surrounded by her partner, an occasional daughter, a small poodle, and a sheltie who chases airplanes. Unreal. Hyped to read this. Like, it's not really long. It's like about 250 pages. I will be reading this at some point. I might use this for the lesbian category of the queer... whatever the queer one is called. Anyway. I also picked up this book called Something That May Shock and Discredit You by Daniel Mallory Ortberg. And actually, I believe he's changed his name since publishing this. That has confused me a bit, actually. I think it's Daniel Lavery now. Yeah. This is about his transition. And I was a fan long term of him because he used to present the host of the Dear Prudence podcast, which I religiously listened to like 10 years ago probably. Oh my god, why am I so old? Yeah, so I've listened to every single episode of that when he was the presenter, and then he transitioned, and I've never read this. It's a memoir. I'm excited. He's a very academic writer, which I don't hate, but I probably will really enjoy this. But yeah, I've been wanting to read it. I'd never see it anywhere in the UK, so I was really pleased to see it. It was £4 secondhand. This one I think was also £3. The other one was £3, yeah. So I got some books that I will be reading, and I think I will probably use I'll probably do the garage sale for both of these, certainly for this one because they're secondhand, and I'm not planning on buying a load of books this year in general, so yeah, basically I will do another update at the end of July, I think. I'm going on holiday for a bit, so I'm hoping to get some holiday reading done, and then maybe I'll get my shit together and actually do a screen share of my database spreadsheet in the next video. But yeah, my main things I need to do now is I'm reading the July release, and I'm reading the Disability Heritage Month book because I am trying to get the Heritage Month books done in the month, even though I know you don't have to. I just think it's good for my own like ADHD brain to remember to do them when it's the month. It's just nice for me. Yeah, what else am I doing? I'm also still trying to finish some of the books that I was still reading before this started, which won't count for HRCYED, but I will be accountable for them because otherwise maybe I won't bother. It's not like I don't want to read them, it's just so many things, isn't it? Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I am getting so much joy out of this challenge. I've been reading more. I've been reading every day. I love that. I've been like prioritizing reading when I get home from work instead of just like looking at the internet or scrolling. Although I did start a Stardew Valley game at the same time as doing this, which was probably an error, but I can probably listen to audiobooks while I play Stardew Valley because I've played Stardew Valley for like probably months of my life, not consecutively, but like collectively months of my life. So it's just like a total switch off experience when I play it now. Yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who subscribed. That's really nice. And comment any recommendations. Oh my god, what I actually really need help with is the quote prompt. I have no idea. I spent a long time looking at like the internet and Goodreads. I would like to have a literary quote, like a quote from an actual book, but I just can't. And I kind of want it to be a book I have read, and I was just kind of like, I am not focused on this enough, because if I don't decide and lock down what this quote is going to be soon, I'm going to be at the end and having to read loads of books in a hurry for a quote, and it's going to feel really random and stressful. So yeah, just admiring my cat who looks so happy on the sofa. I will see you next time. Thanks.